Today we're going to be learning the midpoint method for solving quadratic equations. Let's say we're trying to factor the equation x squared minus 45x plus 324. If we were using the quadratic formula, we'd say that root 1 and root 2 are equal to negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. If we were using guess and check, we'd say that root 1 plus root 2 is equal to b, root 1 times root 2 is equal to c, and we just guess a whole bunch of r1s and r2 such that we satisfy both equations. Our third method is a midpoint method. So to understand the midpoint method, we first need a graph. In this graph, I'll label our root here as root 1 and our root here as root 2. The point directly in between these two roots, we'll label it our midpoint. The x value of this midpoint we know to be negative b over 2a. Looking at this graph, we see that m is directly in between r1 and r2 at some distance u. And I can describe this relationship as root 1 equals the midpoint minus the distance u, while root 2 is equal to the midpoint plus the distance u. Okay. From our guess and check method, we know that r1 times r2 is equal to c. From this graph, I can substitute r1 is now m minus u, r2 is now m plus u equals c. If I expand this out, it'll become m squared minus u squared equals c. Then to solve for this distance u, it will become u equals to square root m squared minus c. Let's try this out with our example. M is equal to negative b over 2a. This means negative 45 all divided by 2 times 1. Midpoint is equal to 45 over 2. Now our distance u is equal to square root of, let's write the formula first. U is equal to m squared minus c. It's equal to 45 over 2 squared minus 324. So finally, u is going to come out to be 27 over 2. First root is equal to midpoint minus u, which is equal to 45 over 2 minus 27 over 2. Root 1 is equal to 9. Nice. And root 2 is equal to m plus u, which is equal to 45 over 2 plus 27 over 2. Root 2 is equal to 36.